What's up guys, this is Tony from PressureWasher.com. Today I'm going to show you how to match a pressure washer nozzle, also called a spray tip, to your cleaning surface to ensure a fast, thorough clean with no damage. This is the gist of how a nozzle works. Restrict the flow, increase the velocity, and that increases what causes the cleaning power and force of the pressure washer water spray. Just like you use different grits of sandpaper when sanding down wood, you need to use different nozzles for different jobs. Here's the types of nozzles that usually come with a pressure washer for you to choose from. Most pressure washers will come out of the box with about 3 to 4 color-coded nozzle tips. First up on the list is the 0 degree red nozzle tip. This is the full force maximum blast you're going to get out of your pressure washer. This is the tip they use to get to the peak PSI rating on your machine. Very rarely is it used because it covers so little area and it has so much force that it's pretty unsafe. This is the one, if it's going to happen to take your toe off, this is going to be the one that does it. So you have to be really careful when using this tip. You can gouge out concrete, gouge out wood. There are very few instances that you're ever going to need to use this, and it's going to have to be for the toughest stains and dirt, or if you're literally trying to cut something in half. Also, if you're trying to clean something at a greater distance, or you just need to get coverage on a wall, like say you're trying to rinse off a chemical, the red tip is great for this because it does put more power out into that stream and it will help you get a further distance. But just remember, it always gets to the point where there's only so far you can go before you lose all of your pressure at the end of it, and it's just kind of getting water onto the surface. Next on the list is the 15 degree yellow nozzle tip. This one does, it's medium work. It still retains a lot of the pressure, but it fans everything out just a little bit. Really killer for prepping surfaces for painting, and at the right distance, you can use this to get rid of real tough mud and dirt on any equipment you have, or cars. If you've been off-roading a bit, this is a really solid one, but you have to kind of step back and let that fan spread out just a little bit to reduce the pressure, because again, since it is still a concentrated stream, it is still very high pressure, but it does cover a little bit more area. Now moving on to the 25 degree green nozzle tip. This is going to be probably the most used nozzle in your pressure washer's arsenal. It covers everything. You can do anything around the house, boat, driveways. It is a nice wide sheet of water and it cleans a greater area faster than any of the tips. It's a really good medium between spray width and pressure. So you usually want to make this one your go-to if you have the option for a 25 or 30 degree nozzle. Moving on, and you can kind of see a consistent theme here. The wider that our spray pattern gets, the less pressure it seems to be putting out, and that's exactly how this is going to work. So now we're at the 40 degree white nozzle tip. This is for delicate things like glass and blinds. Your siding's really good if you don't want to get super close and cut through it with some of the smaller ones. This one is really good low pressure for very delicate surfaces. But as you can see, as we've gone through this, so the wider the spray pattern's gotten, the softer the pressure's gotten. Remember that. Now on to the last of the standard tips that you're going to see that come with most of the pressure washers is the black tip, and this is 65 degree. Now, this is a really soft pressure, but oftentimes this is considered your soak tip. So outside of just having a wide fan, it also has a larger opening in the actual tip to allow for thicker substances like the soap that you can attach in and spray out. That way it's not clogging the nozzle, which can be an issue if you're trying to push soap through, like say the 0 degree. It's never going to happen. Or even the 15 or 25, it's going to really struggle and just back up in the pump and never really pull anything out. But when you do the 65 soap nozzle, so much fluid is moving out of it that it will actually be able to create the low pressure to pull the chemicals out of the bottle, through the tube, into the hose, and onto the wall or driveway or car that you're trying to spray the soap onto. Now we're on to the specialty tips. The first one that we're going to look at is the turbo/rotary nozzle. These ones are really cool because they retain the power of the 0 degree, but they call them turbo or rotary because the jet spray rotates around and creates like a round, wider pattern with the same strength as the 0-degree tip, which allows you to clean a larger area, almost up to the 25-degree nozzle size, but will hold up to a much higher PSI rating. And if you're looking to pick up a turbo tip, they're usually around $40 at your local hardware store, and you have to buy one that will match rate to the PSI on your pressure washer. Some of these are only rated to 3,000 PSI. Like if you go buy the one from Harbor Freight, it's a 3,000 PSI only one. But if you buy one from Lowe's, those can go up to 3,400 PSI. So make sure if you're picking up a turbo nozzle that you are going to buy one that is rated for the machine that you are using. Next is the adjustable and variable nozzle. It looks really similar to the turbo nozzle, except you can kind of twist the end and go from a 0-degree to 15-degree to 25-degree to 40-degree. And it's got some settings built in to let you shoot some soap through it too. If you only want one nozzle on the end of your pressure washer, this is the one that you're going to want to use. It's going to eliminate any time that you're going to stop and have to pop the nozzle off, which isn't a slow process. But if you don't want to go through all that work, you can pick up one of these and you can just swap through them with the twist of a dial. And last but not least, we have the foam cannon. This is specifically for just shooting washing foams and soaps out onto cars, boats, windows, siding. They come in multiple different options where they have little containers that twist onto the bottom that you fill with the soap, and it's usually stainless steel, plastic, and brass components, and it has an adjustable nozzle on it so that you can control how much foam is coming out of it. I hope this helps you guys this weekend or whenever you're checking this out on the next project that you're working on. And if you have any other questions, make sure you always check pressurewasher.com. That's pressurewasher, WASHR.com for more.